Hello Pisces, welcome to Aries Moon Arcana. I am Kaya and I will be doing your general tarot reading for June 2020, Gemini season of this year. And so what I like to do is pull a little like beginner's kind of vibe card to just see what we're going to be digging into. And today I got the Ace of Wands for you guys. How fabulous is that? That's a great thing. It's just new growth, new ideas, new like a new wellspring of like, it always connects to the spirit, right? The wands are connected to the spirit and passions and creativity. So new projects coming along. You could be starting a garden or gardening now. I know my mom's a Pisces and I know she's gardening now. But you know, your new growths are gonna start to like pop out. You can see the little, you know, the little sprouts coming up. But that's even deeper. It's more representative of like some new happy feelings that you are getting to experience yourself, which is just wonderful, isn't it now? So let's get right into it. I'm going to bring you down here so you can see what I'm doing. And so firstly, I'm going to just do a little sage cleanse because we want this reading to be all about you. I need to clear all that other energy out. Starting from scratch. You know what? That wasn't enough. It's smoking, but it's only a tiny little bit. Sorry. Bear with me, little Pisces. All right, we're starting from scratch. Clear the air for Pisces. Pisces coming through. All right, with their new ideas, their new exciting projects, art projects, music projects, new things you want to do for work, new plans, new goals, action, passion, reignited passion. Maybe you lost your passion for something and it is coming on strong, coming in hot, coming in hot. So, what do we have to tell Pisces for June 2020? We're thinking about passions here. We're thinking about projects. Something new is starting to sprout up. So what can we tell Pisces about this? Two of Pentacles reversed. The Tower reversed. Queen of Swords. Been through some shit there, Pisces. And the Strength card. So this is coming out of kind of a tough situation. This is not unearned. Whatever this happiness is, this newness, this is growing out of like, this basically, it feels to me kind of almost like the cycle of decomposition, to be perfectly honest. Something was rotting away and then, you know, it died, it's rotting in the ground, it's becoming soil and it's fertilizing the next new growth is kind of what I'm seeing here. So you had something, I'm seeing something in your life had some imbalance, something really rocked your world. It could just be quite as simple as the pandemic fucking shit up for you. I know you guys are very sensitive. Kind of in general, excuse me, I'm thirsty. So I think that you could have been extremely, extremely affected by this and worrying about everyone in the world. You know, the weight of the world literally being on your shoulders because of the pandemic. I know that Pisces is so empathetic and they really have a tendency to worry about everyone in the world, except sometimes maybe themselves. You guys, come on. You got to worry about yourself too. But I see something really rocking your balance. You know, two of Pentacles reversed here. This guy does not have it all together. He's not balancing well. Something's off kilter. It's not a good thing. And it's just because something rocked you. Tower reversed, you know. Tower moments are always kind of like, what the fuck? It's very, what's the word? Disorienting. You've been disoriented. That could be anything. Especially with you guys because you're sensitive. So it could be anything. It could be somebody gave you the wrong look when you were taking a walk. Or you forgot to put your mask on before you walked into a store and somebody gave you a look. That could just send you into fits of anxiety and sadness. I am feeling like that. You could be in a very, very sensitive place right now because of what's going on in the world, and it could be making you just extra sensitive to the things around you, and it's really making you kind of, I don't know, you're rethinking that. You're rethinking that, and you're kind of like, you know, with what comes with the Tower card all the time, even in reverse, almost especially in reverse, is like, you know, you're reorienting your ego. Your ego's changing. So it's possible that you've been so off balance for so long, and letting little things knock you off balance, just as a kind of a personality trait, that you're like feeling like it's time to become kind of the ice queen. You know? I don't think you think that you could go all the way with that and just not give a shit about other people. I don't think that's possible for you anyway. But I think that you are learning how to kind of become a little bit more strong and solid and kind of cold and not fully emotionally available to every single thing and plant and person and animal that comes across your path. You know, you're learning how to not really be so emotionally available. That's it. Because I think you guys are pretty emotionally available all the time. So I think this is about learning boundaries, actually. I think Pisces has a tough time with boundaries sometimes. They just don't really come naturally. And I think you're realizing that. And I think you're working on it. And I don't even know if maybe you've come to the word boundaries yet. You don't know that that's what it is that you're working on. But that's probably the word for it, whatever it is that's going on. And that's leading you to this integrity move, you know? Just like moving into this integrity. You're really solid. Once you can balance that and you can really like set your boundaries and keep them and really, really work on them in every way, not letting everything knock you off balance just because it happened around you or to you or not even about you, but it still fucks you up. And I think you guys take things very personally. And you're learning how to not do that so much. That's what boundary setting is. You're setting boundaries with yourself, and that's amazing. And so, you know, you're gonna gain a lot of integrity from that and a lot of strength and solidity. And I think maybe that's the new growth here that we're talking about. It's much less about, you know, art projects, although that could of course be just a part of your life. But I think this is the new growth in terms of this new part of yourself, growing boundaries, growing maturity, growing into becoming more of the person that you kind of wish you could become, the person that doesn't break down every time something happens. So that's what I'm getting for this, which is that's a good thing. I love readings like this that end with like serious like ego renegotiation and then growth. I'm so all the fuck about it. I mean, I'm a Scorpio, so of course I am. So let's move these over a little bit and get some clarity. All right, so you got knocked off balance, huh? Something happened that knocked you off balance, that kind of sent you into a tailspin, is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this in the recent past, so I don't see this like, it could happen in June, but it's not, again, I don't know that it's necessarily a really big thing that happened. I think that it's, or you know what, I should put it like this. It's not necessarily something that happened to you, but you are kind of responding and reacting as though it did happen to you. So let's look a little bit more into that, the balance that you feel has been kind of undone and what the story is. Magician reversed, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles reversed. Could have been at your job. Something didn't come to fruition the way that you wanted it to, the way that you thought it would. You were maybe expecting a new job or expecting something to come through for you, or expecting maybe some money possibly even. You know, you were expecting something to you were expecting to be able to manifest something into your life, and something kind of slipped up or didn't show up, didn't happen the way that you thought it was going to. And that maybe got you off balance. Maybe you're feeling a little financially scared because you're not quite, as solid because of this thing that happened. But I think that you kind of put all your eggs in this basket without maybe doing a lot of research or putting a lot of energy or effort into it. I don't know, it just looks like there's a little bit of a disappointment here. And your tendency is to let it completely destroy your whole life because of it. So yes, it just feels like something didn't get off the ground the way that you thought it was going to. You know, if it's not something super tiny, like just getting a look in the grocery store, I'm seeing it more being like something didn't get off the ground that you were hoping for, and let yourself expect. You let yourself expect it, even though nobody guaranteed it to you, and so you got kind of bummed out about it. So let's look at how this kind of knocked you into a tailspin. The Tower reversed. This is the moment where you're realizing the way that you respond to things might not be the best way to respond to things. So we are kind of renegotiating our ego sense. You know, I always look at this in the death card, like always feel like ego death, which I think is great. I'm all about that shit. I know it might scare you guys, but it's okay because it's bringing you into a place of strength. So there's obviously nothing to be scared of, right? Obviously not. So let's take a look at how this kind of manifested a little bit. This thing didn't come through. I just see something disappointing you, not coming through the way you thought it was going to. Maybe somebody coming through, you thought somebody was going to give you a loan or help you out financially, and it turns out they're not able to do that. Something like that. Something with money bummed you out. Job. 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Cups. Yeah, you're used to, you're used to this stability that you had before, the balance that you had before. This is really like it's making you feel like your future is really uncertain and unstable. And what that often does for you, Pisces, is makes you kind of, because you go into this tailspin, you sit and like live in your feelings and you just wallow in your feelings about it, and you feel really sad about it, and you just don't you don't give yourself any time limit to grieve. Almost like you don't know how to delineate like when it's okay to have this time and then when it's okay to stop having this time and to go move forward into the next phase, and have to figure something else out instead of just hoping somebody else comes along and fixes it for you or offers you that money again or something like that. So I think that I'm seeing a little overindulgence here in like wanting to be saved. And that's the ego renegotiation, is like, that's where you're realizing that that's not going to work and that you're going to need to get a little bit more cutthroat and like figure this shit out on your own. Because no one's coming to save you, and you don't have as much savings as you need to get past whatever is going on. And it's like too much emotional, it's, you know what I mean, just too much emotional, like, poor me a little bit. I think Pisces has a tendency to do that sometimes. Forgive me, but it's true. So yeah, I'm seeing you coming into this Ice Queen energy now, this bad bitch energy. So let's clarify this Queen of Swords here, because she is like, hold up. How long have you been laying in bed thinking about this, crying? 3 fucking hours? Are you fucking kidding me? Get up. That's what I'm seeing. She's like, get the fuck up. Get your ass out of bed, you stupid motherfucker. That's what she's like, boundaries. We can't do this all day. We got to get our shit together. We got to like figure out what's next. We got to be strong. We cannot let these things knock us down. We have to stay strong, and we have to respond instead of react whenever anything happens. That's what we need to learn from the Ice Queen, from the Queen of Swords. We need to learn how to respond instead of react. So that's what I see happening. That's like, those are some boundaries right there. All right. Queen of Cups reversed, 2 of Swords reversed, and the 2 of Pentacles. That's the key to regaining balance, is changing it up, changing up the game. Your usual plan, your emotional wallowing plan. No, you're not doing that anymore. You can't do that anymore. Your options that you've known of before, that you've used to get you through situations like this, because of this Tower moment, those aren't going to work anymore. You're just not, it's just not like, it's just not part of the game plan anymore. You have this whole new identity that needs to come in and wants to come in. And that's what brings you back to the balance. That's how we can upright this reversed Two of Pentacles, is by turning into this fucking Ice Queen. Yeah. That's what you got to do. You gotta put your emotions aside, and you gotta try something you've never tried before. You gotta try something new. Trying something new to get what you want. Yeah, that's good. That's what leads you to the balance, and then through that balance, you will feel that strength return. Or it's a new strength, rather, I should say. It's a new strength that you've never had before, because you may have not consistently responded instead of reacted to situations. You may have just used your emotions to do everything instead of using your intellect and kind of letting your emotions, you know, wax and wane the way they do, but not always letting them take the wheel. So that's a whole different energy. That strength, that integrity, that self-care that leads you to is just like on some other level. You will only know it when you feel it. And you'll only know through practice. So let's get some clarifications for the Strength card for our little Pisces. Three of Swords reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed, and the Lovers. I just heard, unbreak my heart. That's what I heard when I saw this. You're unbreaking your own heart. That's it. You're unbreaking your own heart. You're not so focused on the negativity, are you? You're not so focused on it. You're not letting yourself wallow. You're not so focused on wallowing in pain. You want to bring things together. You want to communicate better. You want to respond and not react. You want to have a lot more integrity in the way that you respond and not react. And I see that being very much on your mind. I think you have to practice it. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. Unbreak your heart. I think that's really funny. I think that's what I'm going to call the video. Yeah, all this focus, you've been super focused, like crazy, laser focused on wallowing in the past. You've really, really not been able to see what the forest for the trees, is that what it's called? That saying? And you want something different. You're moving away from those energies. They're reversed. You don't want this anymore. You want the Lovers to come in and just dominate this energy. You want connection and openness and honesty with the people that you're interacting with. You want a much more solid and stable way of like communicating with people that you care about in your life, anybody, you know. And that's by setting those boundaries and not being so emotionally available to everything and everyone at all times. You're really able to deepen your intimacy with people, because setting boundaries is the only way to have real intimacy. I mean, it's true. I know it feels like the opposite, but it's true. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the Strength card, which is nice. You unbreak my heart. That's what I'm getting. Need I say more? I mean, I probably will. I usually do. All right, and now let's get some summation energy here, please. Let's put a bow on this bitch. We're making some moves, Pisces. Pisces is changing up the game. Trying out some new tricks that will lead them to a much more successful communication. Because not taking things so personally will always lead to better communication. That's just a given. That's just a given. But yeah, this is like a new undertaking. New undertaking for you. New ego shift. Being a little bit more Queen of Swordsy. That's what I'm seeing. I think that's the card to meditate on for you guys. 10 of Swords. 5 of Cups. Oof, you don't like this, do you? You don't like this reading. You're sad and you're scared and you don't want to do it. You're really, really comfortable in wallowing, aren't you? Like, so much so that while I'm doing this reading, it goes all the way up to like getting to the strength position and everything's great. And then you're like, but wait, but what about when I'm sad? Yeah, I don't know if you're ready for this in June, but this is going to be something that is coming. You're going to have to focus on it, and you're going to have to pay attention to making these changes. You have spent so much time laser focused on that pain. You have to unbreak your heart. You cannot keep staying in this wallowy, miserable energy. You have to unbreak your heart. Do you understand me? Is it Celine Dion that sings it? I think so. Say you love me again. You know, that song. You know that song. Yeah, you don't, I mean, I think you're gonna resist this tower moment. Maybe that's I guess that's why it's reversed, right? You're like, no, I don't want to. I love wallowing and staying in my misery. I love it so much. It tastes so good like sugar, but sugar is bad and causes diabetes. You can't stay in it. You can't stay in your wallowy, miserable crap. You cannot do it. And I don't mean like you have to pretend that you're cheery, because you can't fucking do that either. I mean like for real. For real, you can't stay in your misery. Don't pretend that you're fine and then be like, what? I'm not in my misery. And then go home and be like, and like every single thing you hear or see makes you think of something that makes you angry. Like, you're just miserable if that's the way that you think and feel. You are stuck in there and you got to get out of it, and you will have some opportunities in June, and I implore you motherfuckers to take it. Please take it. Wouldn't you much rather feel this energy than this again and again and again and again? Right? Wouldn't you? I would. Because you like the look of it, you know? When I pulled this out in the beginning, you were probably like, oh, yay! But then as I talk about what it's going to take to get here, you're like, but this is so much easier. Too bad. You got to make a choice. Which one? Which one's it going to be? I really hope it's this one. If it's this one, you know, let me know if you want a personal reading. If it's this one, I don't want to hear it. Because it's a damn choice. It's a damn choice. And it's up to you, my lovely little Pisces. So, thank you so much for watching and being here throughout the whole thing. You've stayed this long. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I do personal readings. You can get them on my Etsy store. No matter which Pisces you are, yes, you can have a personal reading from me. Don't worry about it. I don't discriminate. So yeah, the link is in the description. I also have a schedule of videos that are going to be coming out in the future, also in the description box. And if you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, because that's the only way that I know that you guys are feeling it and that it's something I should keep doing, because I love doing this and I can just do this all day, every day. But if it's not working for people, you know, then maybe I should stop. So I'd like to continue. So let me know if that works for you. So thank you so much, Pisces. And I hope you have a lovely June, and I'll see you at the next one. Cool? Cool. Bye.